Hi guys, Patro from Wrestling Nerds. Before I get started into this video, I just want to thank everyone that joined the series. Obviously, people have been with me for a long time. A lot of people are now slowly joining in on this trip because it was something totally different. And I just really want to show my appreciation and just say thank you to you guys. And to everyone who has watched. It's pretty much, I think, with the numbers I've done on this video, it is the most successful I've kind of done in a short amount of time. It's basically been over a week now. It has been a week since the first one was pretty much uploaded, and the numbers have been great. So I'm just saying that I really appreciate everyone for watching, and let's just get into this review. Firstly, I'm going to talk about why I went. It was the price. It was £36 for flights. The original plan was to actually go into Corfu town, but with accommodation in Corfu town, believe it or not, it was actually more expensive. So it was cheaper to jump in a taxi at €65, and then it was like 90 quid, I think, in total for the room and whatever the exchange rate was at the time. It was like €120, but it was like 90 when I booked it. And then obviously with the exchange rate going up and down, it ended up changing all the time. But I think when I got there, it was about €120. But when I did book it, it was about 90 quid. But yeah, it just kept going up and up and up and up and down. So it was, I think, in the end 120. But with that combined, it was cheaper to go to Sidari and go and film Sidari instead. But one of the reasons I did it anyway, and I made my decision pretty quickly after seeing the Corfu, like, basically hotel prices, was I've always wanted to go to Sidari out of season. I think it's an experience that if people, you meet a lot of people that say, I want to go and live in Sidari. They've only ever been in like holiday time. And yeah, and I think that was the experience. I think that could make or break you, definitely, with how busy it, or not busy, but how quiet it is. I enjoyed it. It was nice in the evening as well, being obviously now fixing where the main strip is, and just going out in the evening and sitting in the evening and just hearing silence, or pretty much the wind, because it was quite windy. But yeah, it was like just odd, like pretty much having Dr. Grill, which is next to Talk to the Town, open. This is like in the main bit of Sidari, and then you go down to Matt's Bar, which is pretty much near enough at the end of the strip, and then you had Sidari Market, and then there's a cafe a few doors down, or bakery, then obviously the coffee shop at the top of the strip where the old McDonald's, and that was pretty much all that was open. Obviously the two main supermarkets at the top of the strip were open. Salt and Pepper was open at the other end of the strip. I was looking at going there, but the simple fact is, with booking taxis and stuff, that taxi rank there's no use for it in the season, so there was no point in me obviously trying to get a taxi down there because the weather was bad. If the weather wasn't as bad, if it was like the day I left, I would have walked down to Salt and Pepper. And then on the last night after I'd eaten, I went for another quick walk to see if there's anything worth filming. And I think it's Brivio that's open. That's like down towards past Three Little Pigs way. There's a restaurant down there open, but I didn't notice until I'd already eaten. So I was a bit gutted I missed out on the stuffado, or some proper authentic Greek meal. But I don't mind the Euroses. Let's go into prices. You are going to see an increase in prices this year. The supermarket, obviously, like anywhere in the world, Greece are obviously starting to have to thingy up the cost of everything, pretty much like we are in our supermarkets. I generally notice things 20-30 cents more expensive. Beer in the shop is 20-30 more pence expensive for packs. The cans and stuff seemed like single cans seemed around the same price as to were in September. I generally don't think. No, I think the little cans have gone up to like 110. They were used to be like 99 cents, and I think they were like 110, and the bigger cans were like 180, which is actually a pretty good bargain. Because obviously they're pint cans over there, so you don't mind paying €1.80 for a can of lager. But yeah, it's just that obviously in the supermarket, I noticed bits and bobs have gone up. The cigarettes are the same price. I know people are going to be like, cigarettes are the same price. Which actually I was quite impressed by. At the airport, they're even cheaper this year. It felt like they was even cheaper. I think in total I saw 250 grams of Amberleaf, for example, was €33. And then I think in resort it's like €10 more. So it might be worth, if you are going, is to get your cigarettes from the airport. I'll generally do a review when I go in September as well. But yeah, it was okay, you know. I didn't spend as much because obviously there weren't as much open. I think I did spend a bit with obviously having to go to the supermarket more. You can definitely tell a difference if you go out for meals, because the simple fact is you don't need as much food as I needed in the room. I'm a growing lad, I need food, and the thing was I like to have snacks as well, so it was kind of like I'm having to buy ham, cheese, tuna, stuff like that just to keep going. And yeah, and that's just what basically my expenditure was, made it go up. Updates on Sidari as well. So basically when this video comes out, the 2 hotels are getting work. Canali, is it? They're getting swimming pools. That looks like it's pretty much going to be ready in a couple of weeks. I can't guarantee. I didn't speak to anyone say how long is it going to be, but yeah, from what I saw when I was out there, it is pretty much looks like the pool needs tiling, and it's going to be ready. I reckon it will be ready by May. The new hotel, Pristine, is it? That looks like it's pretty much ready to go. People have said it looked the same when they went last year, but I remember going past it last year and it was nowhere near what it was. I think that's all there is to like basically talk about. Also bumped into Pete from Corfu Tourists at the airport. We had a lovely chat. Pete is very knowledgeable of the island. He was quite shocked when I said that I'd been going for 21 years. He was like, dude, you've been going longer than me. But we had a nice chat. We had a talk about, obviously, for like the island and, you know, bits and bobs. Maybe go into a different discussion at a later time. Maybe reach out to Pete and have a conversation with Pete, maybe. If he's interested, then we could talk Corfu. Definitely more Sidari, obviously, from my side of things, if this series gets any bigger. Because that's what we're expecting. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. There wasn't, like, say, really much to talk about. It was quiet. It was nice. It was different. So let me try and think of something now. So September, obviously, is the next time I go. Unless something mysterious happens, like I can get a cheap deal, maybe potentially within a couple of months or something. But September is the next goal for this channel, to get back out into Sidari. So obviously this year you'll see quiet, and then you'll kind of see the winding down of the season. Plans for September, I'm not really thinking about it that much. I kind of have a few ideas. Definitely going to try and get the drone out. It was too windy to risk it. Being an unexperienced flyer, there was no point risking the drone, definitely with how much I paid for it. So I'm definitely going to be practicing more up to the build up of that. The only thing that I have been really thinking about since I got back is if the series in September, if the videos go a certain length, I am going to do them 2-parters. It's pretty much, I'm kind of one of these people as well. It's why I realised the videos are dropping at 18 minutes. I'm like, no one's going to sit through 18 minutes of videos. So yeah, the idea generally is, I think when I go back in September, if the videos get to a certain point, we're going to slice them in 2. And yeah, and then obviously build up to it. I'm not really going to do any build up videos. I might do a Q&A at some point because I'm in a lot of the groups on Facebook. And I generally think I can share my opinion on this platform, because one of the things is a lot of people don't have Facebook. They can't get access to these groups, and they come to YouTube for videos. So maybe do a Q&A, and I think generally that will be one of the things. If I get so many questions in that length of time, upload a video answering these questions. So I am going to pretty much leave it at that. I've been rambling on, now enough 8.5 minutes. So guys, I've been Patrick, this has been Rusty Nerds. And next time I probably see the Corfu guys will be in September. So, bye!